Chapter 10, Lesson 1, Make Predictions. You will be able to predict actions of a larger group by using a sample. You can use the results of a survey or past actions to predict the actions of a larger group. Since the ratios of the responses of a good sample are often the same as the ratios of the responses of the population. The students in Mr. Blackwell's class brought photos from their summer break. The table shows how many students brought each type of photo. What is the probability that a student brought a photo taken at a theme park? So this first part is just finding the probability. We are concerned with theme park, so that is our numerator. To find the denominator, I have to add everything up. So 6 plus 4 plus 7 plus 11 is 28. So the probability is 11 out of 28. There are 560 students at the school where Mr. Blackwell teaches. Predict how many students would bring a photo taken at a theme park. So to make a prediction, we're going to take our probability and we're going to set up a proportion. Now, 11 is our favorable outcome, what we are concerned with, what we want to happen, in this case theme park. 28 is the total. So 560, which is also a total, will also go in the denominator, which leaves a variable for the numerator. So let's cross multiply. 28 times x is 28x, and 11 times 560. Let's go ahead and do that. We get 6,160. Divide by 28. And we get 220. And we are talking about students, so 220 students. A survey found that 6 out of every 10 students have a blog. What is the probability that a student at the school has a blog? Well, the probability would be 6 out of 10, but let's go ahead and reduce that. Let's divide by 2, and we get 3 out of 5. Suppose there are about 250 students at the school. About how many have a blog? So we're going to start with our probability of 3/5 equals, set up a proportion. 250 is a total, and we're going to place it in the denominator, and x up top. Cross multiply. 5 times x is 5x. 3 times 250 is 750. Divide by 5. X equals 150. Again, we're talking about students. You can also use the percent equation to make predictions. Your percent equation, and write this information right up on the top somewhere. Your percent equation is y equals mx, where m represents the percent as a decimal, okay, and the x represents your total population. So we'll say total. A survey found that 85% of people use emoticons on their instant messengers. Predict how many of 2,450 students at Washington Middle School use emoticons. So our equation is y equals mx. 85% as a decimal is 0.85. So 0.85 goes in for our m. X is our total, which is 2,450. Go ahead and multiply those together, and we get 2,000 82.5. We are talking about people, so we need a whole number. This rounds to 2,083 students. Now you would use the equation when you are talking about, or when you have a percent. You could use it the proportion way, like the front of the notes, but it's a lot more quick to use it in the equation. The circle graph shows the results of a survey in which children ages 8 to 12 were asked whether they have a television in their bedroom. Predict how many out of 1,725 students would not have a television in their bedroom. So this sector represents not a television, which as a decimal is 0.54. Using our equation, y equals mx, m is 0.54, and x is our total of 1725. Multiply those together, and we get 931.5. Again, we're talking about people, so we need a whole number. 932 children, or students, whichever. Use the graph that shows the percent of cat owners who train their cats in each category. Out of 255 cat owners, predict how many owners train their cat not to climb on furniture. So climb on furniture is this first category here, which is 43%. 43% as a decimal is 0.43. Let's go ahead and use our equation, y equals mx, or y equals, plug in your percent, 0.43, and your total, which is 255. Multiply those together, and we get 110 even, and this is 110 owners. The survey found that 80% of teens enjoy going to the movies on their free time. Out of 5,200 teens, predict how many said they do not enjoy going to the movies on their free time. Okay, so we want the students that don't enjoy the movies. However, we're given the percent of teens that enjoy going to the movies. So let's first take that percent of 100, which is our total, and subtract 80%. So we get 20% that do not enjoy the movies. So using our equation, y equals mx, y equals 0.20 times our total of 5,200. Go ahead and plug that into your calculator, and I'm going to do that one up here. So we have 0.20 times 5,200, and we get 1,040. And this is teens.